I want to make a shout out to all the haters of religion. You've had your turn to speak, but now it's your turn to listen. I know you'd rather a secular society. I know you'd rather a little less variety. And that's cool for you, but you seem to be few. Approximately 84% of the world's population still believes in what you say was conceived in their imagination, God. Right throughout history, in virtually every civilization, on every continent, and in nearly every nation, the majority of people have believed in a God. From the very start, embedded in the human heart, is an awareness that there must have been an intelligent creator who formed us, that you and I were no mistake. You know what I think? Deep down, past that frustrated frown, is a heart that's so longing for this to be true, that maybe even believes. But a mind poison has been intentionally injected into your arteries, actively suppressing the truth and willing to shout that lie from the roof. Outspoken atheists like Richard Dawkins attack God in such a hateful way. They claim they don't believe in God, but do they? Because it seems to me like they're taking their anger out on God, refusing to accept reality, when in reality, they just seem pretty unhappy. So maybe you're watching this and you support such men. You're concerned with us teaching people that they have worth, that they were placed on this earth by a God who planned their birth. You're wanting us to stop spreading this message of hope that there's more to life than things like smoking dope. Well, what can you offer them? A purposeless life? A sharpened knife? Make yourself happy, even at the expense of others. Survival of the fittest, right? The reality is, moral laws are relative if there is no God to give them. We make up our own rules. There's no such thing as sinning. Is rape okay? What about murder, lying, and stealing? Because the consequence to atheism is just go with what you're feeling. Every individual's the judge of right and wrong, and morality, it's based on their belief. But would you teach that to a serial rapist, murderer, or thief? I mean, think about it. Is this the world in which you want to live? Belief in God has given this world a moral conscience. His moral laws prompted selfless acts like men and women dedicating their lives to the poor, orphanages, schools and homeless shelters, all run by believers in God, bringing health and education. He inspired their job. What turns a man from selfish gain, from the pursuit of money, woman and fame, to helping the blind, the deaf and the lame? I'm convinced that there is only one name. But selfishness seems to be at the root of your belief. Convincing yourself that there is no God to judge you, you breathe a sigh of relief. But don't, because I can guarantee you that at the end, you won't. Now, I'm not at all saying that there isn't selfish religious folk. I definitely know there are. I mean, some are deceitful, some are unfair, some are violent, some just don't care. Christians, they're not perfect by far. But without them, the Western world wouldn't have got this far. Much of the Western world has its foundations in the Christian faith. Freedom, justice, right and wrong, family, forgiveness. The list goes on. Now, I'm a Christian and I'm a passionate one at that. I believe that the Bible contains fact. I believe in creation. I believe Jesus is the only way and that He came to provide us salvation. But I also believe that this world is broken, and what I see every day often takes my breath away. Youth with no self-worth, struggling with self-harm. I know a 14-year-old girl who would regularly take a knife to her arm. She'd been neglected, used and abused. But when God took hold of her life, she put down that knife and God began to heal her scars, not on her arm, but in her heart. And what was once torn apart is now made new. You see, she's a $100 bill. No matter how screwed up her life gets, she never loses her value. As the God of the universe stretched down to her, He's willing to stretch down to you too, but only if you allow Him to. Let go of your arrogance and pride. Don't hide. Acknowledge the truth. Step into the light and let God take hold of your life. So many people find hope and direction in Him. Jesus transforms lives and He brings healing. He gives moral standards and gives us a clear way to follow. He inspires love, and without Him, the life we live would be hollow. So before knocking belief in God, think about it. Are you sure you want a world without